Alright guys, as you can tell from the title of the video, you can pretty much tell what the topic's going to be. A 2-year-old accidentally shot his mom in Walmart. Very, very tragic event. The reason why I feel like I have to make this video is because the anti-gun crowd is already jumping all over this. They're already calling for banning of guns, saying that you shouldn't be allowed to conceal carry in public. It's just awful. You know, the one comment was, how can anyone carry a gun at a store around my kids? I mean, as a parent, I gotta worry about who carries a gun around my kids. I don't know who's carrying a gun and who isn't. Well, same, you know, it doesn't matter if they have a permit. Criminals carry too, so it doesn't really matter who has a permit, who doesn't. But what I don't understand is, why are the anti-gunners just jumping all over this? I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. It's an accident that happened, and it's just that, an accident. You know, these same groups, they want to ban guns, but they don't understand that more kids die from drowning every year, or more kids die from car accidents every year than they do from guns. And when you bring this up to them, it just pisses them off. I mean, I try telling people this, and I get cussed out, sweared at, told to go to hell. You know, it's like you argue with facts, and they won't listen. They don't want any gun control. These demand action groups, they just want a gun ban. That's all it is. Banning the gun is not the problem. That's like banning a car because it kills more people than guns do, and that's a proven fact. Cars kill more than guns do, but you don't see anyone trying to ban cars. They're just trying to ban guns, and it's really sickening for me as a gun owner to have people want to ban something when there's other devices out there that do more harm than the guns do. People don't even talk about the fact that over 800,000 guns are used in self-defense every year, whether to stop a crime or deter a crime. There's about 800,000 to 1.5 million, but even lowball, say 500,000. That's still more guns being used in self-defense situations than, what is it, an average about 40,000 people a year die from guns. So, I mean, but you never hear about that. You never hear about these little stats that just piss off the anti-gun crowd. Now, that being said, guys, I feel really bad for that family. Now they have a kid that shot her mother. I don't know what sex the kid was. And I guess there was 3 other kids with her. So it's very, very tragic and sad event. But the anti-gun crowd, like I said, jumps on this. I could give you another example where right before I became a volunteer firefighter, I was a volunteer firefighter for like a year. And then my knees just gave out and I just can't do it no more. Right before I became a volunteer firefighter, there was a car accident with a van. And the kid was unrestrained. And it was a mother who was driving under the influence. I don't know if it was alcohol or drugs, but it was definitely under the influence. The kid went through the windshield and died. I think the kid was like 8 years old. And you don't hear any of these demand action groups calling for banning of cars, you know. And the mother obviously was negligent by not securing her kid in the car and just letting the kid do anything. I mean, how many times have you driven around seeing a car or a kid in a car just doing whatever they wanted and not even secured in a seatbelt? But hey, you know, they'd rather just go after the guns. And reading up on what happened, I'm still reading about it, but with the nature of the anti-gunners already showing their claws and digging their teeth into the gun control, from what I read, the lady's gun was in her purse, and the kid pulled out the gun and shot the kid's mom. So, to me, that's saying a couple things. From what I can tell, I'm pretty sure the kid was in the shopping cart, sitting down, like sitting in the shopping cart. And what do moms do? Put the purse right on the kid's lap. How many times have you seen that? I see it all the time. Even my wife, we were talking about it. She says she sees it all the time too. So I have a feeling this 2-year-old was sitting in the cart. Mom puts the purse in the cart. Kid pulls out the gun and shoots her. That's really negligent for the mother, and it's really hard to say. I mean, it's sad that she's gone, but as gun owners, we choose to carry a gun, and we know the responsibility of when we carry that gun. We know a firearm can be either used against us or we can use it in self-defense. We know this when we go out and carry a gun. Choosing to carry a firearm is a big responsibility that should not be taken lightly by anybody. And I tell this to people all the time. I was like, when you carry a gun, it's a very, very serious thing to consider. And when you make that choice, you have to look at yourself in the eye and see if you're mature enough to even carry one. I know people who don't even carry because they don't feel like they're mature enough to handle it. You know, they're just like, I don't want to carry, blah blah blah. And I'm like, hey, cool, whatever. But these same people aren't trying to take my guns away. Now, looking back on this lady, I mean, one article said she had an Idaho concealed carry permit, which I don't think she did, because I guess in Idaho you have to go through training and stuff. I think she had a Washington State permit, which Washington State, there's no training. Washington State actually is a little bit more relaxed. Like they put the responsibility on you, which they should. Her responsibility was to secure the gun in her purse. The gun obviously wasn't secure if a 2-year-old can grab it. So I hate to put blame on her, but you have to put the blame where it was supposed to be, and it is on her. It's not on the gun. She did not secure that gun in her purse. We've talked about this in some gun training classes and stuff about off-body carry, where if you carry a firearm off your body, say in a bag or a purse or somewhere where it's not attached to your body, that's a big no-no. Even like riding with a gun in your center console in your car, we're like totally against that. You should have the gun attached to your body. That way you know it's in a holster, you know the trigger is protected, you know where it is at all times. Now, speaking of trigger protected, the gun in the purse, did she even have it in a holster? From what I've read, I can't find nothing on it. I can't find anything if it was in a holster, anything protecting covering the trigger. So to me, it seems like she just took the gun, placed it in her purse. That's really a bad move too. You need to have it in a holster, or if you don't want it in a holster, like say your method of carry, you're going to carry in your purse 24/7, which I'm totally against, especially when it's wintertime. On the body carry is easy. Everyone's wearing layers of clothing. It's easy to hide a gun on your person, especially if you're a concealed carry permit holder. At wintertime is easy to carry a gun. But say you're going to carry on your person or in your purse 24/7. Ladies, there are concealed carry purses out there, especially designed to conceal carry a firearm that is safe. They're expensive. Don't get me wrong, the purses are expensive. Be prepared to shell out $90 to $100, sometimes $150 for these purses. But if carrying in a purse is your main way of carrying concealed, you need to get a concealed carry purse. Now, if you're going to conceal like on your person, in a purse, or in this, you need to have holsters for every type of carry you're going to do. You know, if you want to carry on your thigh, get a thigh holster. In your purse, you need to get in the pocket holster. You need some kind of holster that goes in your purse, so it protects that trigger. And people ask, well, why do I need that in my purse? There's nothing in there. It's like, there's all kinds of stuff that can get wedged between your trigger and inside your trigger guard in your purse. Like say there's a lipstick container, it gets in that trigger guard, and your purse, you set it down and it goes like that, and boom, your gun goes off. Now, another comment was, well, what about the safety? How come she didn't have the safety on? Not all guns have a manual safety. There are safeties built into the gun to keep the gun from firing if it's dropped or something like that. But if you're talking about like a manual safety, which I'm pretty sure most people are talking about, is a manual safety. Not all guns have them, you know, and that's something people need to realize. I see a lot of this from a lot of females too, from these articles talk about, well, what about the safety? What was the safety? How come there's no safety? And it just shows me that they're kind of ignorant on even guns themselves, because not all guns have safety. So to me, they have very little knowledge on firearms. And I'm one of those people who has a problem with people spouting out, oh, ban the guns, take away the guns, she should have a thumb safety, why is she carrying with a loaded chamber? She shouldn't even carry with a loaded chamber, she should get an empty chamber. I have a problem with people telling me what I should and shouldn't do with guns when they themselves do not know really anything about guns. So I have a problem with that. So that being said, guys, maybe I'll do a separate video on carrying in a purse. I'll show you how my wife carries and blah blah blah. It's just that'll be a whole separate video, and my wife probably won't want to be in the video, but maybe I can borrow her purse and show some females out there how to properly carry in a purse, or give you an idea. At least have it in a holster in your purse. So maybe it'll help maybe save someone's life in the future by teaching someone how to carry in a purse. But like I said, it's highly recommended to carry on the body. And what I mean on the body, inside the waistband, maybe a thigh holster, a shoulder rig, something that's on your body physically. And there's plenty of things out there. So women, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, just YouTube. There's other women shooters out there who can show you how they carry and how they recommend you carry, and there's no excuse why you should have to carry your gun in your purse. I know women have form-fitting clothes, things like that, but you can get a size bigger and carry inside the waistband. It's possible. And like I said, there's concealed carry purses. At least if you're going to conceal carry in your purse, get the proper equipment. Don't just toss it in your purse and think that's good enough, because obviously what just happened in Idaho, that didn't work out. So my condolences to the family. I feel very sorry for that family, because it could have happened to anybody. But don't let this one-time thing deter people from owning a gun or conceal carrying a gun. If you want to conceal carry a gun, do it. But you need to train yourself and better prepare yourself physically and mentally, and have the right equipment to conceal carry a firearm. That's all I have to say, guys. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm probably going to go to bed because it's getting late. So I'll see you next time.